Hello everyone, welcome to Lever Guns 50. Today we are going to shoot some more Georgia Boy bullets. These are 350 grain bullets that he sent to us to check out. And we got them loaded up here in the 4590. They should be doing about maximum load for a 4570 in an 1886, although they're 4590s. The reason why I did it that way is because they won't have anywhere near maximum pressure, but they'll be loaded to about the maximum you could safely load one in an 1886 Winchester, which is about 50,000 psi. So we're going to shoot them into these milk jugs, and we're also going to shoot one across the chronograph and just see how fast it's going. So y'all stay tuned, this should be really good. Alright, here's our milk jugs. We're going to shoot this big old 4590 through 3 milk jugs and into this wet cloth and see how far it'll go. I'm going to open up this big old bad boy, slide it in, turn, and fire. We make sure all the cameras are on. Sometimes the camera gets off and then that's very annoying. I'm pretty sure we had some mayhem there. Let's check it out, see what happened. Let me turn off the slow-mo camera. Okay, you can see mayhem everywhere. I think I see some lead in this water jug. I do. There is some of that bullet. It obviously come apart. And not sure which water jug this is, but there's one over there. I'm gonna say this one that's in just pieces is probably the first one. And it looks like something come out of this jug. And this is probably gonna be the second one. And it had something exit it. So I'm thinking it's probably gonna be in this cloth that has fell off. And oh, nope, it's not even right there. Haha, look at that green. Because it went through, well, did it go through the leaf or it just crushed the leaf up against it? I guess it pinched it up against it real hard. Anyhow, you see that bullet's green because it went where it hit that leaf. Yeah, right there in the corner right there. And that splatted that up against her real hard. So there's that bullet. The base of it doesn't look like it's been burned or anything. But it definitely mushroomed out to almost nothing. So let's get a chronograph reading and see just how fast it's going. And when we do that, we're just going to shoot it into the wet cloth and see if it'll stop in there. Let me get set up and I'll bring you right back. Okay, this time we're going to check velocity along with penetration. We're going to shoot it across the chronograph into that wet cloth. See how far she's going to go. Oop, missed that. I like to grab the cartridges if I can, but sometimes it flings them so hard. So it's saying, let me make sure you can see it. That's a 350 grain bullet, and that bullet is doing 2,312 feet a second. So that's about the velocity you will get out of a 4570 in an 1886 hot load. But that's the maximum load in the 4570. And I'm not loading it to the max. Look how rounded this primer is. See, if that would have been a maximum load with the 4570 of 50,000 psi, that primer would be a lot flatter. Okay, let's see what it did. Obviously it blew through the leaf, which we knew it would. Well, you know, leaves might be bulletproof, but probably not that one. It's got a big crater going up through there. Just at 2 fingers in it. And you can see by this leaf, see that? Let's move that. This is the crater you got going on here. You can stick 2 fingers in it pretty easy. 3 fingers kind of tight. So, I mean, it's got some power to it. That hole's shrinking down. So we went through the first watercloth. We made it to the second leaf. Leaves are here just to tell us if the bullet made it there, because these cloths are starting to get a lot of holes in it. And made it to the third leaf. You see it's still going. And let's see what it did if it made it to the final leaf. No damage there. So let's see where she stopped at. She stopped right here actually. So made it from all the way to here. That's quite a bit. Dig this bad boy out of here and see what a Georgia boy bullet looks like being abused like this. Look at that thing. It's expanded out. It's done a full mushroom. It did what it was meant to do, right? Where's that other one? This other one kind of shredded apart going to the water jugs. It looks kind of pitiful. But the cloth, going through the cloth, it held together pretty good. Those bullets were loaded with the same powder, so they should be going about the same speed. But I can't put my chronograph up here when we're shooting in the water jugs because I don't want to get water all over my chronograph. So anyhow, this is what they look like, all expanded out nice. Thank you, Georgia boy. That was fun. They held together pretty good. I'm going to clean my gun, see how much leading is inside of it. Obviously, lead bullets aren't meant to push this fast, but hey, Georgia boy sent them out here. We're going to test them to the max. Check what these bullets would do. So it's saying that at the muzzle, they're going to have 4,155 foot-pounds of energy. And depending on what ballistical efficient they are, they should have about 2,776 at 100 yards and be going about 1,890 feet a second. So with this particular load, we get the Georgia Boy 44's velocity at about 160 yards, give or take a little bit. So this one here is the one that just hit the cloth. It's 315, and this here is 250 altogether. And you know this piece wasn't even with it. This piece stopped in the last jug. So let's measure how big they expanded. This one here, it's almost an inch. Oop, well, drop that one. So this one here, to be fair, you should measure it like this, because that piece didn't actually stay with it. So it's going to be 78. And if that piece was still on there, you know, it would be, oh, who knows how big it would be. I don't think it's fair to measure it with that piece, because that piece wasn't on there to start with. So grab that other bullet that fell down here. So .918 looks like the biggest. That's pretty big. That's almost, and it's getting real close to an inch. That's a big old hole to be driving through something. And you saw you could stick 3 fingers in the wound channel, so it was pretty big. water is just really hard on a bullet. So I would say the penetration of like a game animal would be more like the cloth, because I know this much cloth is equivalent to a game animal, because I have shot game animals and they're about that wide and the bullet will go all the way through. And if the same bullet will go through this much cloth, I think it's about equal. So my final thoughts on this 1886 and 4590 is awesome gun, wonderful caliber. These Georgia Boy bullets did really good. I'm going to leave a link to his channel where he shot these bullets out of his 4570, and you guys can check it out. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a wonderful day.